Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Survival Island Plus. Keeping with the standard tradition, I accomplished just a sick amount of things in between episodes, so I'm going to walk you through them right here. Number one, as you can see, I did some changing out here. I added a walkway, a little wooden walkway path over to my storage shed, and I made 8 additional solar panels and arrange them like so. Now I could compress those into the more compact versions, but I actually like how they look now. So I'm going to head into my UCB here where I did some changes as well. Come down here, you can see there are new machines here. Alright, this is a singularity compressor. I made the regular compressor, like so, stone machine block circuit, and then upgraded it using obsidian and an advanced machine block to the singularity compressor, which functions very similarly to the rotary macerator and the induction furnace, in that it needs a redstone signal, which I gave it by putting a torch 2 blocks under it, and it also uses 1 energy while idling. Now as you can see, I've got quite a bit of power stored in here. This MFE is full at the moment, and I went ahead and used up all of the ore and threw it into my system, and I actually used most of it for various things. For one thing, this machine, these other things, they're not really cheap, and I did a few other things. This is an extractor. Now you can see it has a transformer upgrade because this is just a basic machine. It can't accept medium voltage current normally, so here we go. But what you do is you put sticky resin in here, and it turns 1 sticky resin into 3 rubber. So the reason why I put exactly 21 is because that'll end up giving 63, and it can only have 1 stack in here. So I've been extending my resin that way a little bit, even though I have loads of it. Now you can upgrade this extractor, but it actually needs something that I can't get yet. I may work on that. Now coming down here, I already did that thing I said I was going to do first this episode. Now this here is a deployer. If you put an item in here, it'll use its right-click function, which in this case would be to, if you put an empty cell in here, as I've told this crafting logistics pipe, you will receive a water cell. So in this way, the system can actually get water cells. But this thing actually needs a little funky wiring to work. Let me show you it. I already covered it up, but it's really awkward. Check it out. See down here, I have a timer set to 2 seconds. I have a NOT gate right in front of the timer, so that a signal is constantly sent off and then occasionally toggled off by the timer. At the moment, it's keeping it deactivated by holding this redstone signal, which is why I have the NOT gate to occasionally allow it to activate. Because, for some odd reason, this deployer up here will not actually turn an empty cell into a water cell unless it has that vanilla redstone signal, and I don't know why. It's a weird bug that's been in there for a while. I taught my system a few more things, but I just wanted to make filters for an upcoming build, chests for a few other things that I noticed I was getting tired of making chests manually, empty cells so that it can make water cells, and then of course bog earth from sand, dirt, and water cells. And as soon as I taught this thing bog earth, it shot things into here and shot them right out toward the peat bog, which I then activated with this lever. And so the peat bog is now going, just like these other machines. I'm really glad that I taught this thing solar panels because I ended up pulling out a ton of them. Just like a lot. And I actually, as a result, ended up using up most of my resources. I'm a little low on several of the ingredients for them. So right now I see I have 16 here, and I actually still have 4 in my bag that I'm going to use for something right now. If we come over here, you can see that this area has been expanded once more. I added another plot over here that at the moment is empty, and I added this interesting area over here. I have not yet moved these chests because I have something I'm going to do with them. But as you can see, I made a small pavilion up here. And there's an interesting setup here that's not quite finished. So let's finish it. My old bat box is right here. The output's on the top, with a cord coming out, and the input has these 4 cables here, surrounded by wood. What do you think I'm going to put in here? That's right, the 4 solar panels. So I just need to sleep through the night so it's daytime, and these solar panels can be receiving energy, and putting it in this bat box, which is slowly filling up. Now you may think 4 is not a lot of solar panels, but for my purposes, it will be more than enough. Now what am I going to stick here, you say? This is It's a crop area. What are you going to do? Throw a crop matron down? Well, no. There's no farmland around here. That would not be a good idea. You need to put a crop matron right in the middle. But I'm not actually going to be using a crop matron in this series at all. In fact, I don't really like them that much because I actually kind of like to just sit here and farm this stuff manually. At least when I want to. See, this stuff over here, it's already grown, it's already planted. There are no rogue wooden crops, so no weeds are going to pop up. I don't have to keep track of them anymore. But occasionally I may want to come by and use one of these plots to experiment. Try and crossbreed something cool. Now I have all these seeds here in these various chests. And a lot of them, even though I tried to organize them, are just randomly strewn about. And what I can do with that is I made a crop analyzer, and if you right-click it, you get this GUI. Now, if I put a battery or an energy crystal in here, I can place a seed in this slot right here, and it will tell me what type of seed it is. And you can actually analyze it several times, each time using more energy, to get additional details about the seed. Now, I'm actually only going to be analyzing them once, but I'm not going to be doing it with this handheld crop analyzer. I'm actually going to be crafting it into something much more useful. Crop analyzer, machine block, electronic circuit, and 4 wooden planks gets me a seed analyzer. Now this seed analyzer is pretty sweet. I can just plop it down, and on this low voltage it'll fill itself up with energy. Taking a few seeds, I'm going to put one in here, and boom! Stickweed seeds. It tells me what they are. I can put it in a second time, it takes a bit longer, and a third time will take a decent amount of time, and the fourth time will take a very long time and a very large amount of energy. But really, I just need to know what kind of seeds they are. But this kind of manual thing is not what I'm using this for. I'm going to wrench this thing up, and I'm going to upgrade it. Throw some chests on the side, an advanced circuit, and some glass to get a seed library. This thing also accepts low voltage current, but as you can see, its interface is much, much more advanced. Now that seed library will not analyze my seeds. However, if I put an additional seed analyzer right next to my seed library with a redstone signal on it, it will automatically pull unanalyzed seeds out and begin to analyze them to their fullest level. Now the thing about this is it uses a constant 5 EU per tick to run. I am generating 4 in the daytime when it's not raining. So this thing will be empty most of the time. You can see it's already burned through most of what it had. I should add some more generation to this, but I think for now I'll just leave this because I can just leave it going, and after a few days it should be done and have everything nice and analyzed fully. At which time I should be able to actually sort these. So at the moment I can't really pick and choose which types I want. A minute ago they were all actually reed seeds and I couldn't select anything else. I didn't see any way to do it. Oh, and these buttons right here are actually for Buildcraft piping, bottom, top, north, south, east, and west sides. I'm not exactly certain what they're for, but I'm not going to be using Buildcraft piping, so I don't really care. Anyway, this seed library actually has an infinite storage capacity. So the nice thing about this is once they all get sorted and stuffed in here, I'll be able to sort them and pull out the type that I want and even see the growth, gain, and resistance. Now since I was tilling the farmland so much, and I actually used up an additional stone hoe, I made something that will help me till the land. This is the electric hoe. It runs off of industrial craft energy, and it's just drawing right from the backpack at the moment. This thing will never break, I just need to recharge it. So I use this to till this area over here. So that's everything I've done off camera. Let's start some new stuff. So right now this chest is connected directly to the logistics system with a quicksort module, but I'm actually going to change that. Just going to remove that pipe, and I'm going to request 4 filters. Now I'm going to need to take my brass ingots, which I got from smelting copper and tin in the alloy furnace, and mix them with glass to make pneumatic tubes. 1 full stack of those. Filters and pneumatic tubes are Red Power's piping system. So I want to put this right here, so it'll yank out of this chest, run some tubing down, over to this small area that I dug out, and one of these filters needs to become a sorting machine. I'm actually going to put this sorting machine directly under the filter, so that it's accessible here when I want to change stuff around. And I'm simply going to rerun these tubes. Now this sorting machine is going to need power. I'll get to that in a minute. For now, I need to set it to this setting so that any item that is not specifically told where to go will be marked, let's say, white. And then I'm going to tell specific items to be marked black. This color coding, or in this case, shade coding, requires paint cans, which I made from tin plates, which I made from smelting tin and iron in an alloy furnace. I need 2 of them. Each different color, or shade in this case, needs 2 flax seeds and 1 of the dye you want to make. So I'm going to make a black paint and a white paint. Now I need red-powered paint brushes, 1 to dip into the white paint, and 1 to dip into the black paint. And you can see these paint buckets are quite reusable. These paint brushes last, I think maybe like 15 or 20. I probably won't be using them up, but if I do, I can just re-dip them in the paint. Now what I want to occur here is I want to have specifically send the items that I tell to be marked black over down this way. Now painting just that 1 tube will prevent any item other than those which are marked black from going down this path, but I'm going to paint a little bit more of it just for fun. And I would like other items to go down this way. And it's okay to do that because the failsafe is anything that is not marked will be marked white. So anything going into this system... Oh no. So anything going into the system that's not specifically sorted by this will go here. Now I can't bust over here, that's where some water is. I need to get up here, and unfortunately this filter is touching that. It's a problem I'll have to fix. So I guess I'll be moving this one over. Move that over and put this chest on top. And put this pipe back on. Of course, tell the sorting machine about the different shades again. Now I want an additional chest for the sorting system, because what I'm doing here is I'm only sorting out specific items that I want to go through this area. And I'll tell you what those are in a minute, but everything else I want to be still sorted by this chest's quick sort module. Okay, so I'm going to have to place down another chest, and I'm going to put it right here where it's still visible. Put the quick sort module in there, and just connect it right to my logistics network here. Now the reason why I'm leaving this visible like this is in case I put something in here to be sorted that doesn't have anywhere to go from this chest, I'll be able to take it out of there instead of busting through the wall and wondering where it went. For this to happen, I just need to throw all the white items into this chest, and the logistics network will sort them for me. So with that set up, I should be able to specifically sort certain items in a way in which I choose, and then have the logistics network take care of the rest. So I come over here, what am I going to be doing? Well, you can see that I already have some power coming here, medium voltage, and I already have a little redstone signal under here. I have crafted 1 additional rotary macerator and induction furnace. What I'm going to do is throw down this rotary macerator right here. It's filling up with energy and speeding up. Same thing for the induction furnace over here. Energy and heating up. So if I connect this tube to the top, anything I label black in here will go into this spot in the macerator. I then want to pull this out of the side, but not connect to the side of this machine, so I'll put a little cover there. I want to drop it in the top of this machine. So anything that comes in here will get macerated and then smelted. I then want to pull anything and everything out of the side of this furnace, and then run pneumatic tubes from here to the bottom of this chest. So whatever gets macerated and cooked by this system will end up in this chest and get taken away into the network. Alright, the system is done. Or at least it's set up. Blue Dart Super Sorting System. Or BSSS. I was gonna make it Super Sorting System, but then it would have just been SSS. And that has unfortunate creepy connotations. So come down here, check this out. This is all hidden in the walls, and I don't dare disturb it because it's really well hidden. I had to get redstone signals on both the filter and the sorting machine, and I had to move the sorting machine at least a block away from the filter. It doesn't work if it's connected directly to it. It will not work. So anyway, down in here, it's jammed in the wall here. This thing is actually usable. So I've got it set up. I don't have it sorting anything at the moment. I come through this door, there's actually 4 thermopiles, and there's lava under each of these sides. I just hit it. all coming to this battery box, which now is full, but I assure you it took like 30 full minutes to fill it up, okay? At the moment, this is the only thing taking power from that. If I mark something as black through here, it comes over here, goes into this macerator, gets macerated, gets smelted, and then gets pulled out, thrown into this. And anything else just gets thrown into this. And this has my quicksort module on it, attached to my network, so off into the network it goes. So ideally, I'm going to tell that sorting machine all the ore should be marked black, right? But I don't have any ore yet. But when I do, all I need to do is throw it in this chest. In fact, I just throw anything and everything in this chest and it gets sorted. This wood has somewhere to go, these redstone torches, but they get marked white, thrown in this chest, wood, the torches, and then off into the network they go. Of course, actually, these torches will hang around here because they don't have anywhere to go, so that's something to think about. And that's precisely why I left that chest out in the open so that I could access it. Because from time to time, I want to go check on it to see if I made a mistake. You know, so it's not a good idea to put a bunch of random crap in here. Just anything that I know is in one of my other chests. And of course, anything that I specify with the sorting machine. So I need to get some ore to go test this. I'm going to go mining. But before I do, I'm going to make myself one really powerful tool that I should have made before. Requires a battery, a circuit, and 5 refined iron. Hello, mining drill! I love this thing so much. Goodbye, you crappy tools. Just charge it up, and it'll actually draw power out of my backpack. So, if I charge up the backpack, make sure to wear the backpack, like so, then I can go out and mine with this thing. And this thing is both a pick and a shovel, which is one of the reasons why I love it so very much. Say I come down here to do some simple branch mining. It eats through stone and dirt alike. No need to switch between tools. And you do not need to repair it, you simply need to recharge it. Or in this case, recharge the backpack. So I'm going to use this for a while, and I'll be back with a slew of ore to throw into the system. Alright, so I'm back, and I added tungsten to this sorting machine, and it's labeled blue. Now the reason for this is because I made this pipe system. It comes over here and it's dropped into this energy condenser. Target is diamond, so anything that comes in here, which was only tungsten, will be turned into diamond. So I could get 2 diamond for my tungsten automatically here, because it gets piped out, and then ends up right over in here. So now I don't have to bother to manually transmute my tungsten anymore. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to throw this ore in the system. Copper ore, iron ore, tin ore, silver ore, and gold ore. Alright, so now they should all go down. These machines get macerated and smelted, and, well, let's test it out. So I'm just going to shove all this nickelite in there first. Wait for it to come into this chest. There it is. And out it goes into the logistics system. We have 19 diamonds. If we throw the tungsten into this, you see it'll get turned into diamonds. Piped into this chest right here. 24 more. That's great. And off to the network they went. Now if we check to see how many diamonds we have now, we have 43. Woo, 43! It's great. So that works. So, checking these bags, they're full of cobble and various ore. All I should have to do is just shift-click them in there, and wait for Blue Dart's super sorting system to do all the work. Alright, in goes 1 stack, tin ore, and it can't accept anything else, so they're going to bounce between the sorting machine and the inventory of the macerator. Now this furnace is cooking these things along nicely. It can only cook on 1 stack, but that's alright. It's still going very quickly. The ingots are finding their way into this chest and going into the network. I think it's working. Oh look, it requested more. This time, iron ore. And oh look, it went through the gold. And now it's going to ask for first come, first serve, copper ore. And look, it's smelting 2 at once. Well, that's great. At least this furnace isn't going to slow the system down. I believe there's some silver left. Beautiful. It's all just working so perfectly. Blue Dart Super Sorting System. Psst. And look at that. That's a significant amount more iron than we used to have. Gold, tin, copper. Looks like it's actually done processing everything now. See, this stuff is, it's arranged funny, so yeah. System's working, because I always arrange this whenever I come over here. And all of that new stuff. Ooh, plenty of lapis, which is good, because I want to use it for something. Right here. Take lapis and arrange it to make lapis blocks. I need 6. So right here, I need the request, an advanced circuit. 42 seconds later, I have my advanced circuit. I will use it in conjunction with my backpack and the 6 lapis lazuli blocks to make the lap pack. This thing can hold 5 times what the backpack can, a full 300,000 EU. So when I charge this thing up, it's gonna take most of the energy out of this unit. But I wouldn't worry about it. It'll fill back up probably before I have a chance to use all of the energy out of my lap pack. Unless, of course, I go right back to mining immediately, and then it rains or stays nighttime. I'm going to upgrade my mining drill with 3 diamonds to a diamond drill. So it's a good thing I got that lap pack ready, because this diamond drill uses a heck of a lot more energy. It's also very quick. Look how quickly it ate through that stone brick. And this thing is able to break obsidian. And the lap pack. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it? What do you mean it isn't? You're a jerk. It is beautiful. And it's functional, too. Ah, look at it all. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, and I have a chainsaw. Yeah, I made it. And I'm able to equip it in my special weapon slot because I changed the config file. Just jammed the item ID in there. Ah, as the sun sets, I feel the setting of the sun is the setting of the sun. Of course it is. It's the same thing. Anyway, as the sun sets, so sets this episode. The new moon rises, and the time of the chainsaw is nigh. So that's it for this episode. And next episode, I plan to maybe make myself some new armor, I'm thinking. And I think in between episodes, I'll get a good amount more resources. Why not, you know? Get some stuff, build something. I've got a list to go through, so don't worry. There's plenty of stuff to do. So thanks for watching. Click that like button. Not with a chainsaw. And stay tuned. What was I doing here? So I'm gonna go into my house with my wrench in my hand. Open random chests. Look at stuff. You say, what are you gonna use lapis blocks for? Well, I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to look at the recipes, and then I'm just going to, keep looking at the recipes and say, what kind of micro blocks can I make with this? And then I'm going to search in the eye, and I'm going to say, hey, why aren't you showing me the lapis recipe that I want to know? Well, screw you then. I'm just going to go, and I'm going to find it another way. I'm going to look at my backpack. There it is. I can upgrade it. But you didn't see that, because I edited this part out. Sure was trying to say something here, but I don't know what it was. So, you see I have my drill in my hands, and I'm waving it like a magic wand. So I'm just going to break off this thing here, just because. I'm going to put it back just because. And then I'm going to request 3 diamonds. Why do I want 3? Oh!